Turn 55. So we got 49 blood slaves from Pythium. I assume that's a fuck you to Raga because he's about to die. We got Curse of Blood going, so my horror marked Norna is now a Vampire Lord. This is what Silt does, so it's pretty cool. Vamps are actually, or Immortals in general, are more interesting with this, just because they get all their interesting spells and do more than regular vampire things all the time. So yeah, she's ready. So we're dropping AC this turn. I believe it was 333 slaves. So it's a relatively medium-sized one. It should be enough, and I don't even know if it'll matter at all. We're upgrading all of our stuff here, and I don't think there was much in the way of activity on any of my throne forts. Nobody's really pushing at them, which is fine. Next, 3 red seconds, so that was here. So now I've got a Dark Citadel of Power produced by Superior Impish Engineering. So we have a 750 wall integrity fort with 2 commander points, and that's in any era. So if you're in EA and you want a 3 comm point cap, or on some mage that you really want more of, you can always demolish it and throw up a Citadel of Power in the late game, which can be useful sometimes. So yeah, this is now, instead of empty, a massively defended province, and I've moved in a whole bunch of Scratty here, and we're forging more black hearts. Oh, actually I think I'm short one. Let's forge another. And I guess this guy can blood hunt. So the black hearts are for this stack. So if you look in Copper Canyons, this is what the lizards are sending at me. It's not big enough. I was expecting a big ball of mages that I wouldn't be able to assassinate through. But there isn't a big ball of mages, so we're just going to try and kill them off. Not worry about it. So to do that, I'm going to put black hearts on Scratty, put them in dog form, which gives them stealth, and then shapeshift, orders of shapeshift, leech. And that should let them kill off Sauromancers regardless of what they do or if they have guards. We did site searching, didn't find anything. We got a fair number of blood slaves all over the place. My income's up to about 150-ish, so also mediocre. But that's pretty much expected since Utgård has very expensive, slow to recruit blood hunters, so it's harder to reach full saturation. And I've also had issues with gems and patrollers to keep those up. We got some assassinations going. So this is the lizard's other stack. So we mark that one, and we also mark that one. Took 2 hits. I think the first hit must like cut an arm off or something. Prepares invulnerability. I love how bad the AI is on this. Winter really should improve it. At least so they don't like buff invulnerability if the thing they're facing has a magical weapon and nothing else. Like, invulnerability will never do anything in this situation. So, what do we get? Yeah, we lopped an arm off. This right here is the auto chest wound. Which, does that actually do damage? Oh, I guess it does. So his hit points base is 11. He got hit for 5 in the arm, and I guess the chest wound always does 1 damage, and did 1 to the chest, and auto chest wounded it. So yeah. And then of course he dies the next turn. Claw was repelled by Jotun Scout. Cripples, dying. So there's our big monster stack. I didn't even bother to script it. I don't think it matters if I do. I'll just push that up a little higher. We're moving our Jotun, or our werewolves that I have set all 3 of them for gearing to clear air thrones. So we've got number 1, number 2, and number 3, and they all have 30 shock resist and AoE clearing weapons, summary and Vig, blessing, fire resist. They're ready. And then these guys. So the fluffers are here with them. They're just doing body ethereal luck. They're not at the throne yet, so we're clearing this first. And I'm also still keeping the Wraith Lord with them. He's going to do Soul Vortex and Blessing. Attack close. which he does actually get to use here in Earthsore Desert. So Utgård attacking TNG, bunch of barbarians. I don't think he actually gets to really do too much, but he does run in and whack him a bit. And that's that. He can even keep up with my wonderful giants because of the quickness plus, bringing him up to speed. Were there any other interesting battles? I don't think there were. So yeah, Copper Canyons, that's just 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 commanders. I've got 750 wall strength, so they can't knock it down in one turn, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 assassins. So that's how many he's going to lose per turn, and I could always sneak more in, but I think 6 is enough. We're just going to clear him out 6 at a time. And I should also assassinate 1 this turn. I'll make sure his script's right. Yes. Battle in Tirana. So this is Agartha still fighting AI TNG, doing his thing. That's a lot of fucking PD. That might actually win, especially with the archers targeting randomly. That is a lot of fucking PD. Oh my god. No, there were blind fighters in there. Never mind. Blind fighters could hold them. The skeletons were actually, they would have been cut through by the heavy cav, but yeah, they route. We're taking Borwoods. So that was the province I hoard. So we sent it in, and I got Soltorn, which these guys are pretty good. Well, they're good mostly because you get so many. So they do armor negating attack, have a little bit of prot, so they can usually survive militia okay, and they're nice and dense. 1 or 3 per square, and they all have fear, of course, as their horrors. So yeah, they cut those guys up pretty easily. Battle in Wolvermore. So this is that stack that we were assassinating last turn, and this is all that made it. There's 1 commander. It does win, just because it's got like its 40 crossbows or whatever. But everyone else, the big pile of chariots, is going to sit here instead. So I'm going to... Actually, yeah. I'm attacking with her because she's got Feeble Mind. But she's going to horror this, and these guys will hide so they don't attempt to assassinate a horror, which would be very bad. So they're just going to chill, and we're going to horror this. So he won't be able to move a commander in that has undead leadership in the magic phase, so the chariots will dissolve when the horrors come. And then over here we're assassinating that guy with this dude, and then I'm sending this guy on like attack to clear them since he won't have a leadership, and they'll run away. Or if they don't, he will die, and that's fine. Then we've got, that was our battle with the group running in, and then there was the battle in Pythium. So Pythium was stormed this turn with Raga's enormous pile of shit. So this is Tower Book strat. Misties. Every single one of these. Oh, it looks like he did some Aether Warriors too. That's a lot of casts of protection. So they're all N1 mages. And the whole idea with this is that his guy before he was... Why is he in the back? So this guy should be in the middle of the Misties. I don't know if he like forgot to move him and reposition, because you want him in the Misties blob, because he's going to get swamped and killed before he can drop his spells. What? Oh well. I mean, he probably wasn't going to win anyway, but that's not going to help him. So here they come. Yeah, he's mobbed. And he got broken up into bugs. And then, yeah, the Zaiden are just going to chase him. So that's a lot of casts of web. Tangle vines. Immensely powerful. Oh, fascination. Okay. So now they're stunned due to fascination. MR on Zaiden's not so strong. And then they're doing spammed Vine Arrow, which is pretty much Misty's standard magic. I'm surprised he's not just spamming Vine Arrows. That's all I would have done. Just scripted like Vine Arrow times 100. That would actually do stuff. But yeah, not looking so hot for the Misties. And I don't see any swarms either. And what were the Thunderstrikers doing? I guess they got distracted. Yeah. Poor little ladies. Well, they did kill more than I thought they would before they all routed. How many did he lose? Lost the Seraph. He lost one of his Blessers, 2 turn Sorcerers. He lost 25 Zaid and Spabed. That's a lot of commanders. And then he lost 3 of the turn Griffins and 9 Zaidan. And he lost everything. Rip Pythium. I will avenge you by casting Astral Corruption and then winning the game. Or at least I think that's what's going to happen. Somebody got an event, got hurt or by something. And then we found a Scout. Giant Fortress is completed here, which is now upgrading to Castle. Under siege, our walls are damaged, not for long. And someone died of disease. So yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. Up here I'm reinforcing. I did notice the lizards are coming back, so I'm moving stuff around. I'm forging enough gear for another Jotun Werewolf, so I'll be able to send 2 up here to block. And then I'm, I guess, being indecisive, so I'm moving him back so he can also block. Or if Raka starts coming for this throne, which is what I would do, I would assume he's going to come for a throne. Or come up for this throne, which I think he's too far to stop me. But whatever. Somebody's going to try and stop me, I hope. So yeah, it'll be... That's the 3 super anti-lightning guys going into here. Along with... Where is he? I guess I could give him some... No, I'm not going to keep him in the battle. It'll just be the lightning guys. It will be the lightning guys, etherealed, hopefully etherealed, depending on if the AI actually chooses to do that or not. Versus a bunch of Enkidu, which suck, and a very large number of Springhawks. And then an Anunnaki of Sky, which I assume is going to like drop living air or living clouds or whatever, or phantasmal army, and just generally be obnoxious, but I don't care because all of them have 30 shock res, double stacked regen, and yeah, all this. So they should be able to clear, like, they're quick. Their only thing is they're not fatigue neutral, not quite. I did bring them, I'm putting slave armor on them. I'm not actually going to use any of the blood slaves this round. But next turn, I should actually increase the slave armor. Let's increase that by a couple more blood slaves. 15 each. There we go. There we go. Okay, so they'll each have 15 blood slaves squished around them in order to absorb that first round of Springhawk attacks, so that way they can get their buffs off. Because I want them to be etherealed. I don't care so much about the luck. And then I'll probably actually change it. Whoa, that is not what I want. Just body ethereal. There we go. So next, for the throne attack, it'll be body ethereal swarm. Body ethereal swarm, body ethereal swarm. They'll probably still die, but whatever. And then they should be able to clear that out. And I did put flesh eaters on all 3, I believe, so they'll berserk. Even if it goes bad and some of them die and I get under HP route threshold, they should berserk and clear it. Because, like, this is 6 to 8-ish squares cleared a turn, with all 3 of them swinging around with quick and everything, so they should be able to cut through all of this crap and win before turn timer. Even though they're not quite fatigue neutral. I will have them also do reinvig. It'll be liquid body, reinvigoration, attack, I guess attack flyer. Maybe they'll target the Anunnaki. I don't think it matters. They'll just cut through Springhawks, and it's actually good that these are shitty Enkidu, because they have a lot of HP, so once they clear the HP, or the Enkidu, and route them, it should route the Anunnaki, even if he's spamming shit at me. So that's all I gotta do. And this over here, I don't know if that has the serpents in it to start with, or if those were summoned on top of this, but I don't know. This stack is getting larger and larger, so this province is never going to change hands. The game will end, and the Lamia Queen will be the permanent owner of Province 142. Anyway, that is the turn.